What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, I'm going to be checking out a subscriber request. We're going to go over to Cookie DAO. So if you like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more, leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. So we got Cookie DAO here on the daily, right? It actually really reminds me of Jasmy. It really does. So Jasmy, if I can pull it up through here, all right? Same kind of concept we got going on, right? Same kind of concept where you just slam down and you're kind of just going sideways and waiting, right? Just going kind of sideways, just pent up regression. It really looks like Cookie DAO, right? You've slammed down and you're kind of just going sideways, which looks good. I do like Cookie DAO and the fact that it's kind of, it's oscillating to the downside, which is very nice. We did have, I just drew this on here. I haven't looked at Cookie DAO before. We are below all the EMAs. Right, we're below all the EMAs, so we don't have to worry about anything really crossing and some catastrophe going on. I do think the low is close to being in for Cookie DAO. Other assets that have the have had the upside could see a little bit more of a correction. But something like this, it looks like if you do want to go down, worst case scenario, you come down to this. I'll put some fibs on here. I mean, 10%, another 10%, but overall, I mean, if you bought up here, I mean, I guess that is a good amount. It's 33%, 35% from the highs up in September, right? From 14 cents, right? I mean, it's a possibility you broke out. Typically when you do like a little false breakout, you find some support down towards the bottom. If you're in really bullish scenarios, you try to bounce in the 50% mark. That's where we are right now. So, but you still have support more to the downside. So overall, it looks like you're just oscillating and waiting. A lot of other cryptos, same concept. Oscillate and wait, just oscillate and wait, have some patience. So for price targets, because I haven't looked at Cookie DAO, this does look like nothing has been invalidated yet, right? Nothing has been invalidated. This looks like you got like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And you're coming down. As long as this doesn't close below, I'm the 1, so 8 cents. As long as we don't close below there, we're solid, right? I can just throw something on there real quick. Like that's like the lowest. That's like the lowest you could go. But let's see some extensions, right? Let's see some extensions for the next move that I think is gonna play out, right? So let's just say this is the low. Let's say this is the low. For us to think higher, right? For us to think higher, you got to get above the 786 for sure. And then I'll go in through the micro and look at like different levels once that plays out. But prices to the upside, right? Prices to the upside. It is dang it, I have the wrong. I don't know the market cap on here. Let me see if I can add a different. Sorry about that. Cookie Tether, Cookie DAO, USDC. Wait, do I have both of those? What about US dollar? Market cap 68 million. All right. Market cap 68 million. I'll just leave them both on here. I don't really care. I have 2. I have 3. Okay, I don't need all 3. 68. Yeah, I can delete one of these. I'll delete this guy. So it's a $68 million market cap. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny coin. So yeah, so I'm thinking, next move, you're coming up to your 2618, conservatively, right? And then to your 4272, right? I mean, new all-time highs. That's something that I would, I'm thinking it's a $68 million market cap. You're looking for, definitely higher prices. I would like to see how you do interact with your 1618. You could find some resistance through there because it's never like a straight line. But with it being such a small coin, right? I mean, that is still, you're at 11 cents right now, going through that just to the lowest. It's a 400 to 600 to a 10x, right? So, right, those are some price targets moving forward. I'll leave those up. Okay, so let's go look at the micro and see what we're doing on the micro. Actually, RSI. I'll throw this on the RSI all the way from over here. Actually, that's nice. Nice little fake out, fake out, fake out. Okay, once you break out of that, you'll look higher. Okay, I can get rid of this. Just put it on boom, boom. Let's do this. Yeah, once you get a breakout and close, right? This is a fake out because you came up through here and then couldn't hold it and then fell down. So get above that on the 4 hour. Dang it. Don't you go away. Stay. Stay right where you are. Don't you. There we go. Cool. The Fu Manchu, if you guys don't know, so if you're new to the channel, right, the Fu Manchu down through here, this is a form of a MACD, right? You can find it right through here, right? I just like the colors more. I like the blue. I'm from Hawaii, so I do like the blue. We are right at the 0 line. We're below. I mean, everything is set up actually really nice, right? You have a lower low, right? You have a lower low. Okay, so it's following price, right? This does look like it's kind of like trying to get like a W shape. Right? It's kind of like doing something like that. So that looks good. That looks good. What I really like about this is that your stochastics through here, right, are kind of pointed in the same direction, and that's what you want, right? You kind of want something like this where they're pointing in the same direction. I know it didn't lead to anything really, but that's kind of what you're looking for when they're at the bottom. Something like this, how they're both pointed up right here, pointed up, and you kind of ran, right? And you kind of ran through July. So that's kind of what we're looking for. You did have a false breakout. Did I draw on this? I did draw on that. Get out of here. So you had a false breakout, which is fine, right? It's showing that there is a lot of buying pressure. But here's the caveat to that, right? So you've already broken down after your false breakout. Actually, you've tried to break out multiple times. So this area is definitely weak, right? For sell side pressure, right? So I think the next time you do it is going to be the real deal. And people are, I'm depressed, right? Because it comes down, right? I'm depressed, right? So people are, I mean, I'm just being honest. A lot of people are very upset, right? They're very upset. Their assets have not been performing to the promises of a lot of the crypto influencers, right? I've heard some people say Cookie DAO can get up to, $2, $3, $4, some crazy numbers. And I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I like to, give conservative numbers. And then if they, surpass that area, it's a win-win. If they meet that area, right, it's a win. And it gives an idea of how the asset is, how healthy is the asset. Is the asset wicking to these areas? Is the asset closing above these areas, right? So it kind of, it's especially in today's market where people are claiming that, institution investors are going to crank the price up, right? And they probably will. But if you go look at the stock market, which is where I come from, the traditional side, right? It's more methodical, right? It's more methodical. And so, right, the gains of just going straight up, I don't know. I don't know if crypto is, I don't think it's done doing that, but I think there's going to be a lot more structure to crypto. And so right now we are building structure, which is good. We're building structure. We're clearing out leverage. But right here, what I want to see is like what we've been doing right through here, because this is kind of confusing, right? It's a little bit confusing, especially through here. Like what have we been doing, right? What have we actually been doing? So let's zoom in a little bit, right? It does look like, this definitely is not a 1-2 because it took out the low. I count the closes, not the wicks. So it looks like you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can draw that out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, kind of a truncated fifth, which is fine. And then what do we got here, right? What do we got here? It looks like this is a pretty complex correction. I mean, you got like a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. What are we doing through here? This is definitely not another wave because it's lower, right? And it came down into the third. Okay, so that's not that. So What are we doing up here? You got a 1, 2, you got a 1, 2, 3, right? And then you got another 1, 2, 3, something like that. Okay. And now so we gotta if we really want to count this, right? Actually, like this. I do like this actually. I like this, right? I like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like that. And you got your B wave up, and you got a 1, 2, 3. Right? This doesn't look complete. That's for sure. If you want to count 3 down, that's fine. You can count 1, 2, 3. Right? And then you got a 1 wave up, and then you get another 1, 2, 3. Right? So this kind of looks, it doesn't look finished yet. I mean, you could even have, there's so many possibilities through right here. But the fact that here's the big indicator, right? You came up through. You didn't even you had no crosses below, right? You had the cross with the 50 below the 1, right? And you tanked pretty hard. And now you don't really have anything to cross down below, right? So now it's more so just to reset the price. And this, right? This, if you invert it, right? That looks like a, like you're flagging out, right? Like you're kind of just flagging out, ready to make a move, like right now. So I'll just, do something like this. So either way, right? It doesn't look quite complete. I'm gonna throw in some fibs and kind of see where we're at. But yeah, this right here. If you break through right here, that'd be nice. But I don't know. Leave that up. So from the low to the high, because this is your A wave right here. So actually we'll come through here. Where did your A wave get down to? 886. Bounced off your 886, the first, right? And then you got up to your 618 for your B wave. Came down to the 1 for your C wave. So that could be your 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and then overall this B wave, it looks like it came up to your right, like your 618, 786 kind of area, 69197. You reach for that 786, so actually a pretty strong B wave, which is why the the $60 million asset has dropped relatively similar to the likes of XLM, XRP, things like that are billions of dollars. And so if we get this right from low, where are we at? We're right at that 2272. We pretty much came down to this 2272. I'm gonna throw this on here, just like so. Let's check out what we do with this. That's one area that I want to see how we interact, and then this last little area, this trend line. But let's see. Nope, that's not it. See this low. See, right now what you got going on is you got to kind of have it looks like your B wave has kind of started. This is part of your C wave. So overall, from the A wave low to the high, I do want to see this. There we go. Yeah, down to the 2. I'm gonna use this. This looks like it has just more confluence, right? More confluence. There we go. So here are some areas of interest, right? Areas of interest to the downside, right? I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but if I was looking to invest, if I was looking to DCA, if I was looking for getting into an asset for a fair price, these would be some areas, right? These would be some areas for us to think that, hey, we're absolved of going lower, right? We're absolved of going lower, we're absolved of going lower. From this section through here, I would like to see close above the 382. A close, right? Close more than a full body candle close above 1344. So, right, you still have a lot of work to do. You could come down a little bit, something like that, like drizzle down. It really depends how we interact with this area right here. So the next, what, 4-hour candle, we'll see how we interact. I do want to check the 1 hour. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that doesn't look complete yet. I'm sorry, that this does not look complete. We're trying to get above the 20 on the 1 hour. But I mean, you got, right, the last time we rejected the 50. So I mean, kind of just drizzle up a little bit and then make your way downtown. Make your way downtown, baby. So, yeah, so that's what I got for Cookie DAO. I do want to look at the weekly just because I want to look at the weekly Fu Manchu. Wow, that looks actually very nice. That looks very nice. On the weekly, that looks actually really nice. You have a red dot on the weekly, whatever. It's delayed, but I mean, right, you got to make a decision soon. A lot of these cryptos, right, if you're new to the channel, I just have talked about the environment of crypto and where crypto is at. A lot of these cryptos are just waiting to break out, right? Just waiting to break out. A lot of people have lost a lot of trust, lost a lot of hope, and so they're essentially at areas where you'd expect something to somewhere to bounce. I mean, in all reality, I mean, you bounced from here last time. Are you going to do that? No, you're already closing below, right? So let's see how we interact with that. We did bounce from like right there. Yeah, we're closing below. So we did bounce from there last time. I just want to see how, it interacts with that level if we close below that level. We kind of did that in June 2025, and then we just started to rip. So I do want to, let me throw something on here just to have an idea of, okay, once we break out. And I actually don't own any Cookie DAO, so there's no incentive for me to say lower, higher. That benefits me in any way, shape, or form. So this is just what I got, right? These are just ideas. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but overall, just with the crypto sentiment, especially with stablecoin dominance. If you haven't checked out any of my stablecoin dominance videos, right? I go through stablecoin dominance. The areas are of interest, right? We have broken out, right? Look at this down through here. We kind of broke out right through there. And so, yeah, stablecoin dominance is, right now, it is doing its thing to the upside, right? We got an ascending wedge, right? So you got the 1 touch point, 2 touch points. Typically on your 3rd touch point after that, you see some kind of downside. We expected it to be through here, but, it's kind of just prolonging it's prolonging everything. But, beginning of October, end of September. So, typically you don't go to the very end, right? Like something through here, right? You kind of just make your way. So we'll see that. We'll keep a tracking of that. So if you like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more, leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate you stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Peace.